Hey guys, Metalwargod here, and I have a new, actually a new one here. It's a record store day update. Of course, today was record store day across most of the world. Of course, it is April 16th, and of course, I actually think this is my third record store day. So I was up early, went up to Fargo, and stood in line to get one particular album, but I'll show you that one at the end of what I'm going to show you now. So first off, these are mostly used, good finds. I got mostly all of these at one place. Fat Cat Vinyls in Fargo, and one other place was Mother's Records in Moorhead. These particular ones came from Mother's Records in Moorhead, and I seen these advertised yesterday. And I had to go back after the record store day lines were gone, and I picked this one up. Dio, The Last in Line, a classic album from Ronnie James Dio. I have mostly everything on CD, but I did not have a lot of it on vinyl, and finally I got this one on vinyl. So I was happy to get it. Album's in pretty good shape, so I'm happy about that. And so anyway, number one on record store finding day. So yeah, you know, I was up there earlier this morning about 8:30, and like I said, it was at three places actually. Third place really didn't pan out, but I was happy to see good crowds at all three places. Up next, Styx, classic Styx with Equinox. And awesome album, and I can remember when I first got this many years ago back in the 70s. Of course I had it one time and again I sold it, but anyway, it's good to get some classic Styx to add more to the collection there. So anyway, Styx, Equinox. Actually this one came out I believe it was 75, yep, 1975. So also from Mother's Records, a classic album, and the cover of this is in awesome shape, great shape, and I'm referring to The Who live at Leeds. And this is actually, I'm not sure, but I think this is kind of a rare copy of this one. This is on the MCA Coral release. So I'm not sure about any of the other live at Leeds from The Who are strictly MCA, but this is a MCA Coral edition. So I was glad to get that on vinyl. Need to build up my Who collection. So anyway, vinyl's in pretty good shape. This came out at 73, and always good to get some Who live at Leeds. Up next, now most of these are from Fat Cat Vinyls, and these were actually most of these were between $1 and $5, and you still got half off if they were under $5. And this was one of them. I think this was like $2, so I got it for $1. And I'm talking about Angel City with Dark Room. This is from 1980, classic album. Vinyl's in pretty good shape. And of course, they go by either Angel City or The Angels. Out of Australia, a very large catalog from these guys, CDs, albums. I'm not sure how many Angels I have or Angel City, but anyway, nonetheless, Angel City with Dark Room. Up next, Black Oak, Arkansas with Balls of Fire. And this one here I think was $3, so I got it for $1.50. And this one came out in 1976, and this has Ruby Star on this. Of course, once she left Black Oak, she went and formed Ruby Star and Grey Ghost, but she came back and did guest appearance on this particular album. And she is on 3 tracks: Ramblin' Gamblin' Man, Fistful of Love, and Just to Fall in Love. And like I say, this one came out in 1976. And you really can't go wrong with Black Oak, Arkansas. Classic Black Oak. Up next, The Sweet with the Level-Headed. This is from 1977. Of course, this has probably one of their biggest songs ever. Love Is Like Oxygen. A little bit different than the Ballroom Blitz era. Sweet. I think this is a little more melodic, a little more not as pop rocky as Desolation Boulevard, but still nonetheless great album. Gatefold, covers in great shape, and can't go wrong with The Sweet with Level-Headed. Up next, I already had this, but my copy was, the cover is really bad, so I bought this newer version, or not newer, but a better looking cover of Rainbow Straight Between the Eyes from 1982. Of course, everybody knows it was Stone Cold, one of the probably best songs known from just the Rainbow era. And let's see here, what I'm trying to think of, was it Joe Turner on vocals, so Roger Glover, of course, Bobby Rondinelli on drums, and of course Richie Blackmore on guitars. Classic album, great album. Up next, man out of Canada, Coney Hatch from 1983 with their classic album Out of Hand, and of course it has probably one of a song that really got me hooked on these guys is Don't Say Make Me and Shake It. Classic album from a classic band, Coney Hatch. I think they put out 3 albums that I know of, unless there's some other copies of something else out there, but as far as I know, only 3 albums from Coney Hatch. I was really surprised to see this. Usually I don't run into hardly any budgie, but I ran across this in the under $5 bin. The guy had albums out in front that were a little more spendier, better covers, and the metal section is out there, but I never run across budgie. I think a couple times I've ran across budgie and they were really high priced, but I seen this in there for $1. $1 for this. The cover is a little beat up, but it's still in pretty good shape. The vinyl is in immaculate condition. And of course, this come out in I believe it was 1973 when this came out. And I'm talking about Budgie and Bandolier. Yeah, no, actually it was 75. Yeah, 1975. Classic Budgie. Early Budgie is the best in my opinion. And very, very surprising I found this. As soon as I seen it, I looked, I said, yeah, I gotta have it. So, good stuff. Up next, another Canadian band called Streetheart with Under Heaven, Over Hell. And of course, this has Baby's Got a Gun, Hollywood, Main Street, and just a killer album from these guys. Great cover. Cover's in good shape, the vinyl's in good shape, and anyway, if you like, let's see, this came out, I believe, in 1979. Great hard rock from the Canadian band. If you like Max Webster, Trooper, Bachman Turner, Streetheart is right in that same general vicinity of hard rock from Canada. Yeah. Up next, some Southern rock. I had these at one time, and to be honest with you, I don't know why I ever got rid of them, but I did. But some Southern rock from the Rockets. This is from 1979, and it has Can't Sleep. Probably their best song known is Turn Up the Radio. Just think of probably 38 Special, Leonard Skinner, maybe not quite a southerny feel to it, but still Southern rock nonetheless. And great album, 1979 with the Rockets, self-titled album. And another Rockets, no ballads. And I believe this is from 1981, if I'm not mistaken. 1980, actually. And another great album from the Rockets. You know, one of these bands that really never got any recognition. And what I'm trying to think of is probably Point Blank is another band that you could probably categorize this band close to Point Blank. So anyway, the Rockets, no ballads, $2. And the self-titled one, $2. And up next, some Savoy Brown with Rock and Roll Warriors from 1981. Of course, Savoy Brown, Kim Simmons, British blues rock. They kind of progressed. Still had that bluesy sound with them, but they rocked a little bit harder as they got a little bit older. And I seen this for $8, 25% off since it was Record Store Day. And anyway, here is Savoy Brown with Rock and Roll Warriors. Another one, this one here, Accept, classic Accept, Metal Heart, of course from 1985. Normally I run across these in the metal section, and usually they're high priced, but for some odd reason these were not in the metal section, they were in the A's. And usually when I run across these in the metal section, they're upwards anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks. But I picked this up for $6, 25% off on $6 too. So it was probably under $5 for this. So classic album, Metal Heart. Also in the A's, not in the metal section, but in the A's, I got Accept, Restless and Wild from 1983. This one here was, I think this one was $10, so I got 25% off, so it was $7.50, which is very nice. And another classic album, classic lineup, original lineup, Accept, Restless and Wild. Another great band, of course, this is early hard rock. Girl, Wasted Youth. Of course, it has Phil Collin, went into later with Def Leppard. This came out in 1981, and I'm not sure how many. I think they put out 2 albums. This one, and I can't remember the first one. I do have the first one, but cover's in great shape. $1, $1 for this in the back section of the vinyl. I mean, this guy had probably 3,000-4,000 vinyls out in the front, and in the back he had probably another 50,000 albums. I only went through probably 10% of what was back there, and you know, I could have been there probably 2 days looking, but I had to get going, and I picked up, I don't know, probably 15, 20 back there. But this one, Girl, Wasted Youth, $1. You know, I was really surprised when I came across this one. This is a single from Golden Earring. Why Do I? This is from 1980, I believe, 1986. This is a promo copy. It only has the one song, and the vinyl's in really great shape. I was very surprised to see this. You know, I mean, this here I think was $2, so I got it for $1. No, probably $1.50. So anyway, the single Golden Earring, Why Do I? And this is actually from the LP The Hole, so good pickup. I used to have this as well, and again, I sold it many years ago. So I picked up probably the most famous Slade with Runaway. Of course, and this is Keep Your Hands Off My Power Supply from 1984. And of course it has My Oh My, Runaway, Keep Your Hands Off My Power Supply. And I had this, got it back. Cover's in great shape. Vinyl's in good shape. I think I paid $4 for this. And also adding to the Slade collection, I used to have this back in the 70s, and I don't know whatever happened to it, but here's Slade's from 1973. Of course, it has Mama We're All Crazy Now, Goodbye to Jane, Come On Feel the Noise. Of course, Quiet Riot did, let's see, what was it? Come On Feel the Noise on their Mental Health album. And I mean, Slade, early glam rock of the 70s. And I mean, check out how they dressed back in them days. It's classic. Great band. Never got really the recognition they should have, but still adds to my Slade collection. And some more Nazareth to the collection. 50 cents for this. I couldn't believe it. The cover's a little touch and go. I mean, it's got outer ring wear, but still, it's not in bad shape. For 50 cents, I guess I can't complain. And I was really surprised. The vinyl is in really, really good shape. And this is actually a promo copy. So, a bonus. And, I mean, Loud and Proud from the 70s. One of my favorite albums. Of course, it has one of my favorite songs all time from Nazareth, The Ballad of Hollis Brown. A really heavy blues rock. I mean, almost heavy metalish. It's really got that heavy guitar vibe, good bass in it, drums, and of course Dan McCafferty, his classic vocals on that song is just a classic song. The Ballad of Hollis Brown. Of course, you know, the others, Go Down Fighting, Teenage Nervous Breakdown, Turn on Your Receiver. I mean, they were at their best back in them days. And let's see, what did I say? This came out in, I believe it was 1973. Yeah, 1973 for this. Great album. In fact, that one was, I think that one was $1. Then also in the bin was Kansas with the left, or The Point of No Return. Cover's in great shape. I played the vinyl earlier. It's got one slight bad spot in it, but still, for the price I paid for it, I can't beat it. Of course, it's got Point of No Return, Paradox, you know, some classic stuff on it. Dust in the Wind, of course, one of the classic songs from Kansas. And let's see, that was 77 this came out. Great band. And, you know, when I was going through these albums in the back of the record store there, or the vinyl shop, antique place, whatever you want to call it, the guy has tons of stuff back there. I mean, tons of stuff. Vinyl, 45s, 10-inch, you name it, it's back there. And I can remember years and years ago, back in the 70s, in the summertime, we would be out cruising late at night, midnight, and so forth, and we used to listen to a station out of Little Rock, Arkansas, called Beaker Street. And it was a lot of underground rock, early heavy metal back on that station. Was on the AM dial. And we had a local rock station, but they played nothing like this station. And you could only get it at night. It was on from 11 to about 7 a.m. Anyway, I heard a song on there, and I'll never forget it. And the song was called The Legend of the USS Titanic. Classic song, folk rock. The guy's name is Jamie Brockett. And never in a million years would I have ever thought I would find this on vinyl. I mean, once I seen Jamie, I actually flipped through it once. I went back, Jamie Brockett, I wonder if it has that song on there. Took it out, looked at the back, sure as shit, it had that classic song in there. If you'd ever heard Legend of the USS Titanic, it's classic. I mean, to me, it's a classic song. I'll always remember it. Jamie Brockett is more folk rock, and but I was absolutely shocked when I seen this. Picked it up. I think it was $2, so I got it for $1.50, and I'm very, very surprised. The vinyl, it did not come with a sleeve, so I added my own sleeve, and the vinyl is in fair shape, good shape, plays good. Put it on when I got home, cleaned it up, put it on, and I tell you, it brought back a lot of memories from the early 70s. And this came out actually in 1968. Yeah, it's got a lot of cover wear. It's taped on the side, on the spine here, but you know, for being from 1968 and how the album sounds, I mean, you can't beat it. And I was very happy to pick this up. Great find. Up next, I got in the metal section. I thought I had this, but I did not have it in my collection, and I'm talking about Judas Priest Live from 1987, gatefold, double album, good shape, a little bit of ring wear, but all in all, the vinyl is in really good shape. It's one of these I did not have in my vinyl collection. I thought I had them all, but this is one I was missing. I think I'm missing one other one, but actually I'm going to be doing collection series number 2, and that will feature everything Judas Priest I have, CD, vinyl, DVD, shirts, whatever. But anyway, I was glad to get this. Judas Priest Live. And the reason I went up to Record Store Day this morning, I seen a good friend of mine online, Bill Peters, who's been doing a radio show, Metal on Metal, for, what do you say, 36 years? Anyway, he had posted on his Facebook site about Iron Maiden was going to have Empires of the Cloud single at Record Store Day. Limited edition, was only 6,000 made. I got number 540, and it is a picture disc, and I was very happy to get it. I mean, I went up there early just to hopefully get this. I was in line, I was like number 10 in line, and people ahead of me, of course, took like 20 minutes to get in and I was just hoping they had at least 2 copies. Well, I got there, it was my time, 1 copy. I got it, it's mine. It adds to the Iron Maiden collection, so I'm very pleased. So yeah, very happy. So all in all, Record Store Day for me was very successful. I spent what I really wanted to spend at a limit, so I was happy. And so anyway, Record Store Day, great. So anyway, don't forget to check out Metal Uprising on SonicAsylumRadio.com. I am on Wednesday nights from 7 to 10:30 p.m. And as I always say, keep it loud, keep it heavy, keep it metal. And I will see you next time on the Collections number 2, Judas Priest. Take care, everybody.